Hey everybody, Bob here, and today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite monsters in all of Dungeons & Dragons. No, I'm not talking about dragons or beholders or even mind flayers, which all are really cool in their own right. Today I'm here to talk to you about oozes. No, not that kind of ooze. This type of ooze. Back in the day when I was younger, I always thought that oozes were really cool. I'd see them in monster manuals and other books. Specifically, this 3rd edition gelatinous cube always stuck out to me. But I never really got to play against or experience them as a younger player because none of my dungeon masters ever really used them. Since I became a forever DM, I've tried to incorporate them into my games, and I've actually used them quite a bit on my YouTube channel recently. I can say for sure that they are excellent monsters to face off against your players. Every time I've used an ooze, it's been a very deadly situation. I've basically had almost player death or TPK every single time. Well, what makes oozes such great enemies? Well, let's talk about what oozes actually are. Oozes have their own type of category in the monster manual. They are unaligned with other creatures. They come in various shapes, sizes, and colors, each of them carrying unique properties. The monster manual states that oozes live in dark and damp areas, mostly underground, flowing from one place to the next. They typically attack their opponents by engulfing them in some manner and using their acidic properties to digest anything around them. Depending on the size, shape, and color, the properties from each ooze changes. Some of them have different resistances to types of damage, like slashing, and in fact, cool properties when these attacks are done against them. For example, the gray ooze, while only a challenge level 1/2, can be pretty nasty to fight at low levels. It's amorphous, so it can squeeze through small spaces and can corrode metal objects, including weapons. After dealing damage, the weapon takes a permanent and cumulative -1 penalty to damage rolls, and when it reaches -5, the weapon is destroyed. Black Puddings, one of my all-time favorite and deadliest monsters that I've used, has insane damage dealing possibilities. Its pseudopod attack does 1d6 bludgeoning damage plus 4d8 acid. If you score a critical hit against a player with a Black Pudding, that will most likely drop any character levels 5 and below. Trust me, I know this for a fact. And perhaps the most iconic ooze of all time is the gelatinous cube. What makes this ooze so terrifying is that it's transparent. It actually is very hard to see, even in plain sight. Unaware PCs may only see what's entrapped in the ooze rather than the ooze itself. They may think a floating skeleton is coming at them, and then all of a sudden they are engulfed. The cubes can be used as a deterrent. It could block passageways and force players to make a hard decision. Finally, what makes oozes such a fantastic enemy to use in a campaign is that they just don't care about you. They're not some maniacal dragon trying to overtake a land. They're not demons or devils which are trying to plot against mortals. They just exist. There's no face to look at while you fight them. No one to plead with when they trap you. And certainly, no mercy as they digest you. Well, that about does it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I've maybe inspired you to give oozes a chance in your own games. I'll see you on the tabletop.